Good evening, parents. It's Piper Ranch Middle School Principal Tony Trevino. Here are this week's points of emphasis. This coming Monday is a student holiday. Just a reminder, we don't have school. Teachers will be in professional development. School is not in session. The kids have a day off. If I were you, I would stay off my sidewalk in the neighborhood because the e-bike game will be strong on Monday. Switching to a little bit of a more serious note, student IDs. This is a reminder to have you partner with us about students wearing student IDs on their person, around their neck, or clipped to the waist. Clipped to their backpack is not very helpful. The ID being wadded up and in their backpack and not visible at all, that's not helpful either. If a student forgets their ID, they go to Ms. Ulema Torres for a temporary ID. If they lose an ID, they go to Ms. Ulema Torres to purchase a new one. This all goes into effect Monday, October 20th. We will be implementing some new stations, some new processes with our staff. We will have a morning check station when the kids enter school. That will start happening on Monday, the 20th. What are the policies? What are we doing? So long as your student wears an ID, there really isn't anything to worry about. The issue is when students want to not wear the ID for whatever reason, or they lose an ID. Basically, they get 5 freebies. They get 5 temporary IDs. They go see Ms. Torres, and that's going to trigger an email alert from Mrs. Zulema Torres to you. At 10, you get another email alert, and the student is going to get a lunch detention. Okay. At 15, the APs are going to get involved. They're going to issue a lunch detention. They're going to give you a call. They're going to have a conference with the student about what is going on. At 20, it goes to 2 lunch detentions, and at 25, we will consider ISS placement. You can notice there in that system, we really are trying hard to not take instructional time away from the students. We want to keep them in class, but as per district policy, students are expected to wear their IDs on campus every day. If they don't have an ID, we will get them a temporary ID. So we have our system ready for that. That goes into effect on the 20th. But sir, why did you do this at the beginning of the year? Well, we did not have 100% of our students with an ID. Hard to enforce everyone wearing IDs when there's a couple hundred kids that didn't have IDs. So it took us a little bit to get IDs printed and made for those kids, and I chose not to start then. I chose to start now here in October. Our kids are very compliant. If we have a conversation with them and make them understand the why behind it, I don't think it'll be that big a deal, but I wanted to communicate with you and let you know so that you can continue to partner with us as you have on everything else. If you have any questions about this, just feel free to give me a call. Cell phones. We need to do some things on cell phones as well. Our bell-to-bell cell phone ban, as prescribed by state law, remains in place. However, students are seemingly finding ways around it by requesting library passes and tutoring passes. I have instructed our staff as of this morning, there are no cell phones in an academic setting before school. I think everybody has been caught up with the rule of it being bell to bell, and I get that and I appreciate that. But we're not going to have rampant cell phone use, social media use at school in an academic setting, in an academic environment, just because it's before the bell. Just not going to have it. So we're not going to allow cell phone use in an academic setting at all. This affects morning tutoring. It affects the library. It affects the hallway. There are kids doing tutoring sessions in classes, with the doors open. We want that to happen. It promotes kids coming in and out of the tutoring sessions. We don't want kids on the phone in the library. That's not the appropriate place for that. Students will be asked to put them in their backpack. I'm not taking them up before the bell in the morning. However, if your student can't comply with that, or is defiant in some way, then we absolutely will take the phone away, even if the bell has not rung yet. Okay. Why is this coming into place? We're having issues with phones in restrooms, kids making TikToks. They should be in the library. The entire reason that we banned the cell phones, it's starting to creep back in a little bit now that the kids are a little bit more comfortable. This happens in October. Not anything unrealistic, but we just need to have a plan in place. And again, much like the IDs, I wanted to be sure that you were aware of what we were doing. Things this week, obviously Monday, there's nothing going on. Tuesday, we have 8th grade C-team football versus New Braunfels Middle. and we have a choir concert at PHS at the PAC at 6. Middle school football is bumped to Wednesday this week because of the holiday on Monday, playing Canyon Middle. 7th grade is here, 8th grade is at Canyon Middle. Thursday is the big fall concert and food truck festival here on campus that starts right after school. And then orchestra has auditions for 8th graders on Saturday. That's it for this week, and we will see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.